everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies. Yeah, guys, welcome back. So, today I want to continue working on the bees and tree stuff. I think we're pretty much done with bees at this point. As far as like breeding them and things like that, I think we're only down to actual things to make for the bee quests. But one thing that I want to do before we get started on that stuff is our cobblestone production. I actually forgot about this in the last couple episodes. We have enough cobblestone now to make our octuple compressed cobblestone. So that is pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and get things going for this. As far as cobblestone goes, I have the triple, the regular, and the double. So we have to make a few more patterns here. So let's see, we have the triple. Did we have the quadruple? I can't remember. We need the quintuple anyway, so let's go ahead and make a pattern for that. We need the sextuple. Let's create the pattern for this one. The septuple. And finally, the octuple. Encode that guy. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so do we have all of them? So that's triple, that's the compressed, double, quintuple, sextuple. I don't think we have the quadruple now that I'm thinking about it. So let's go over here, quadruple. Let's go ahead and make this guy encode. Right, so now we should be able to tell our system to make ourselves an octuple compressed cobblestone. Begin. Oh, this is going to be awesome. So I expect this is going to take quite a long time for the system to complete, even though we have all those CPUs in our Mac. It looks like it goes a little fast and a little slow and then a little fast and a little slow. But yeah, I expect this thing to be done by the end of this episode, I would think. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time to craft, but yeah, we don't have to sit there and watch it. Okay, so let's take a look at our quest book again. So still 72 lives. We still only died twice, and that one death was from eating a rotten heart. The first death was a spider jumped me and I fell off the edge of the world. So we have one quest with an unclaimed reward. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And I think that's probably go with the flow. Yeah, right here. So we have the fungus drippings. This one is now complete once again. Let's do the reward bag. We'll claim that guy. Okay, so we have a greater and an epic reward bag. I always like doing these. Oh, this is perfect. All of the different types of bees. Oh, that's so good. That's going to help us out a lot. Great. Okay, so I guess we'll put those away for now. I'll use those later when we need those. So we can put the mushrooms away, full hearts away. And let's do our epic reward bag. And more bee stuff. Awesome. Now the Oblivion frames, these, if I remember correctly, kill the bees with one tick of their life, no matter what. But they have to be used in like an apiary or an alveary, I think. I don't think they'll work in the industrial apiaries we have. So Oblivion Princess and Drone and Infernal Princess and Drone. Oh, that's pretty good. And these things already show all of their stats and stuff too. That is pretty cool. Okay, very good. More bees to help us out. So we'll go and put all of this stuff away. And they add Oblivion frame. Okay, very good. But like I said, I don't think we're going to be working on the bees specifically today, but I do want to work on that same quest tree. So we have 3 quests available. We have the genetic manipulation. We have to make these machines. We have the alvearies, which, you know, I was thinking we needed the industrial and the imperial bees to do to make the alveary blocks, but as it turns out, earlier on we got some alveary blocks. Yeah, we have 32 of these alveary blocks. We got these from a reward bag earlier, and as I was looking at LV how do you spell those things now? LV, okay. Yeah, as I was looking at these things earlier, like an alveary lighting block, we can just use a regular alveary that we already have with glowstone and one of these tubes to make. And pretty much all these other ones just use the regular alveary blocks in the center. Like you can pretty much change any previous type into a different type. So we don't have to do any of the alveary creation. That's already done for us, which is really awesome. Okay, so what I want to do, let's go and start crafting all these things that we need for this one. And then we'll start working on another quest. That's also going to give us more alveary blocks when we complete some more bees. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Okay, so first one, we needed the alveary block, just the plain old alveary block. So we can just go and put one of those in our inventory here and manually submit. Awesome. Okay, so now we need to make an alveary fan. Okay, this looks pretty easy. You know, it also says that we need that electron tube. If I remember correctly, you need the thermionic fabricator for these. Let's see. Recipe. Yeah, thermionic fabricator. Okay, so this is a machine from forestry that we have not made yet. So let's make one of those. Thermionic fabricator. Okay, so we have everything except for the casing. Sturdy casing. And what was the other thing? A chest? I think that's what it was. Let's go ahead and craft one of those. Begin. Did it not? Oh, it just took a little bit of time to craft that. Okay, so there we go. There's our thermionic fabricator. Now, these things work by melting down glass. So we're going to need some glass. Wait, is it glass? Yeah, I think it's glass to make the tube. And then whatever you're going to craft out of that. So let's go back. I forget what the item was. We needed the alveary fan. So the alveary fan is this one right here. So we need golden electron tube. So that's gold and 2 redstone. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. And let's set this. I guess we'll just set it right here. This is a temporary thing. This isn't something we're going to keep going. And if I remember correctly, these things actually drain power from your network. So you don't want them connected all the time because they'll constantly draw power even when they're not doing anything. So let's put in, like, I don't know, 16 pieces of glass. That should be enough. So, okay, so that turned into liquid glass. This thing's heated up enough to keep this liquid. So let us do some gold and some redstone. Okay, so there we go. There's our golden electron tubes. I think we have to make some more tubes for some other things later. So I'm just going to leave those all hooked up over there. So let's put that away. So let's see. The alveary fan. Okay, wait. Alveary fan. Yeah, that's right. So we just need an alveary block. Stick one of those guys right here. Perfect. Okay, so there's one of those items. What else do we need? Alveary fan, alveary heater. Alveary heater. Okay, so this is going to use... Oh, okay, more golden electron tube stone. We should have all of that stuff. So let me just wait for this thing to turn to the right alveary block. I think that's it. There we go. Alveary heater. Perfect. Okay, so next one is an alveary lighting. I've never actually used one of those before. Alveary... Wait, where is it? Oh, okay, it's this one right here. Yeah, I've never used one of these before. What this is supposed to do is make it so even at nighttime, if your bees don't work at night, this will fix it and they will work at night. So those are pretty cool for the alvearies. Okay, so there's one of those. I guess we'll submit those guys. And then a frame housing. Okay, so a frame housing. Oh, you know what? Have to search for something different. Okay, so that's more golden electron tube. So we actually have to use the thermionic fabricator once again. So we'll go ahead and make a little bit more of these. There we go. Yeah, and then we can make our alveary. The heating fan, that's what it was. Or, I'm sorry, frame housing. Okay, got it. All done. Frame housing, perfect. So we should be able to submit this guy now. Manually submit that. Yep, all of these are done. So we're getting a bunch of good stuff. And then a reward bag or more alveary blocks. Now, I really don't know if we need the alvearies, now that I'm thinking about it, because if we're doing it through the industrial alvearies over there and we can up the production and we can make them automatic and all of that stuff, there really is 0 point to have an alveary. Now, if we didn't have Gendustry in here, we definitely want the alvearies. So I think we're just going to go ahead and do the reward bag. So let's go ahead and claim that reward. We'll put the bees away, the quarter heart away, honeycombs. Okay, so here's a greater reward bag. Mutton jerky. Pretty much worthless. Okay, so now that we've completed this quest, what did this unlock? This unlocked work harder. Okay, so we have to make different frames for the alvearies that we're probably never going to use, but that's fine. So the untreated frame, if I remember correctly, is just sticks and string, so I think we can do that. So let us make untreated frame. Yeah, just sticks and string. Gotta create a few sticks. Okay, very good. Now the other ones, the impregnated frame, we have to make impregnated sticks. If that's what that was, right? Yeah, impregnated frame. Now, I think we're gonna need seed oil to do this, and a carpenter, and a bunch of logs. It's like 1 log equals 1 stick, so we need 8 logs per impregnated frame. So let's see. It's been a while since I've done that. Impregnated frame, impregnated stick. Okay, so that's the carpenter. Yeah, 2 logs equals 2 sticks. So it's 1 log, 1 stick. And then we need seed oil. Now, do we have seed oil? We do. We got plenty of seed oil. Awesome. Do we have a carpenter? Okay, we do. So carpenter, we're going to need a fluid export. Okay, let's get one of those. We're going to need a bucket of seed oil. So let's select this guy, and we will do that real quick. Maybe? Can we not get a bucket of seed oil? That's kind of a problem. So what can you put seed oil into? Let's see, seed oil can. And we have a seed oil can. Okay, so that's perfect. That'll set our output for the fluid export bus. Okay, so I think we are good. I think we're just going to go ahead and remove this. We don't need the thermionic fabricator anymore. And again, this is another temporary thing. So we'll set this guy right here. We're going to need a few ME cables. Probably not that many. In fact, we only needed 1. ME cable over here to dump some seed oil into this guy. So we'll set this right there. Oh, this has got water from somehow. How did that get water in it? Oh, the Tesseract. Okay, the Tesseract's giving it water. We got to move this thing. Or I can turn the Tesseract off for just a second. In fact, let's do that. That requires high redstone signal. So we'll stick that there. Okay, now we're filling it with seed oil. We got power. We just need a little bit of wood. And in fact, we should only need 8 logs. So we'll do log there and stick that right like that. Okay, so that's making our impregnated sticks. I can probably turn this guy off so we're not wasting extra seed oil. Well, I guess we filled it up all the way anyway. Okay, so there's our impregnated sticks. And if we come back over here, we can just go ahead and stick a piece of string right like that. And did I not take the impregnated sticks out? I felt like I did. Oh, I moved them into the other inventory, into its own inventory. Okay, so now we can put these guys right here, and there we go. There's an impregnated frame. Awesome. So what was the next part of this quest? A soul frame. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should have made more impregnated sticks, I think. So soul frame is an impregnated frame with soul sand. So we can actually... Now, is this a submit quest? Hold on, let's take a look. Manually detect. Oh, okay, so we've already done that, so we don't have to make another one. In fact, we can just take this one impregnated frame, turn it into the soul frame, and that completes this quest. Okay, I was thinking we had to submit those. Very good. So that's going to give us a monastic princess and drone, and ender princess and drone. Very cool. Full heart, an indexer. Again, we don't need that, and two reward bags. Let's choose the middle one for our reward. Okay, so we'll put all these bees away. Cable away, seed oil can, that. Thermionic fabricator, untreated frame. Okay, very good, very good. And the soul frame. So, what did we get? What is this? This is a greater reward bag? We got 2 golden lassos. Okay, so that's not bad. Golden lassos are basically like the MFR Pokeballs. We don't necessarily need them, but they can move entities around, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's take a look at our quest book once again. So that completes this branch. Next is going to be genetic manipulation. So we're going to have to set up a bunch of patterns in ME to do those. So tell you guys what, let me take a break. I'm going to get the patterns going for these bee machines, get these things ready to go, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've been doing some stuff off camera here. I noticed that some of these machines actually required a little bit more things than what we had. Like this one requires a magma cream. I don't know if we actually have the recipe set up for that, in fact. But I was looking at these advanced genetic machines, and these require the enhanced circuit boards. You have to make those in a carpenter using water and redstone and bronze. So I went ahead and made up 10 of those. And then these also require the genetic machine, which has a basic circuit board, which is a carpenter as well with water, with redstone and tin. So I went ahead and made 10 of those. I think that's probably going to be more than what we need, but we should also check the magma cream. We got 80 of those. Okay, so we don't even have to worry about that. Okay, so the first machine we have to make is the inoculator. Oh, you know what? I probably did everything except create that pattern. So let's go and do that real quick. Okay, so yeah, we have to make the inoculator and the purifier. So why is that thing not showing up? Is it not spelled? Oh, okay, so I probably already made that machine. I just don't know how to spell. So let's go ahead and create one of those. It might take a little bit longer than normal because we are crafting this other stuff, the cobblestone somewhere, maybe. Yeah, I've told it to make compressed cobblestone first. It felt like it was going too slow, making 9 compressed and making the double compressed and making 9 more compressed and making double compressed and so on and so forth. So I told it just to make like 9 million compressed cobblestone. Hopefully that'll speed things up. But this seems to be like locking it so it's not producing anything else at this time. Maybe I should stop the compressed cobblestone going so it can do its thing. Oh, nope, there it goes, there it goes. Okay, so inoculator. There we go. So we got one of those guys. So the other ones we had to make is a purifier. So a purifier, we'll go ahead and start one of those. What was the next one? It is a gene pool. Yep, I got the patterns going for all of these. Oh, that's a genetic machine. Gene pool. So we'll go ahead and start one of those. And finally, the last one is a synthesizer. So synthesizer, gene pool. Okay, so that one's done. And what was the other one we needed? That one was a purifier. Okay, so the purifier hasn't gone through. Yeah, it's still trying to craft that. Yeah, okay, so that's just going to take a little bit of time, obviously. The synthesizer and the purifier we're waiting on. Yep, unfortunately, our system is being blocked right now from doing its thing. Because of that cobblestone. So let me go ahead and wait for that to finish up. We will craft these and then we'll be right back. Oh man, making that compressed cobblestone? I didn't realize how annoying that was gonna be, but yeah, that really locks down our system. Like I'd stopped the cobblestone and I made those machines, and then all of the ores that are being processed out here all of a sudden were able to be crafted and sent through. But yeah, so we got these machines all the way created now, and that's going to give us a bunch of rewards here that we're probably not going to be using any of them except for the reward bag. So let's go ahead and check out our reward. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. And a 64K storage disk, not bad. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. All of our discs right now, we're running on 16K. We really haven't had a need for any 64K. So I think I'm just going to hold on to that for now. We'll probably use that eventually. There was one of these things. Was it for the hoarding? Yeah, I think it was for the hoarding, where you need to make even more storage, which is an ME16M storage disk. And that is a lot of the 64Ks. So I'll probably end up disassembling the 64K and using it towards that eventually. Okay, so all these extra bee machines and alvearies and things like that we can put away. We aren't going to be using that stuff anytime soon. Yeah, the dirt quest, we aren't very far on that either. We have 35 of those. We're a little over a third of the way there. 6,000 dirt. Our ender quarry has stopped. I'm going to have to set that up again. Yeah, I'm going to have to set that up again so we can continue on with that. So we got some of these other ones. Ritual stones. It wants 1,000 of runic things. Self-sacrifice and sacrifice. I think you have to make a bunch of those slates and stuff for that. So we'll look at that later. And yeah, the octuple compressed cobblestone. If this thing even can finish up before the end of this episode, I would like to get this done. Otherwise, we're just going to have to continue this the next time. I told us to make 800 more compressed cobblestone, and then we could turn that into these other ones. But yeah, it looks like this is going decently fast, but I don't know if it's going to be fast enough. We're down to 44 million cobblestone. So yeah, we still got a long ways to go, really. We're not even a tenth of the way there yet. Okay, so let's go back to our bees and trees quests. So all of these are done up until tree breeding. So if we look at tree breeding, this wants us to make a few things. We have to make an alveary sieve, the sieve upgrade for the gendistry machines, an industrial grafter, and spectacles. Okay, so let's look at spectacles first. I've never made these before. Oh, those look pretty easy. Just some bronze and some glass panes. Let's go and make one of those. Now, from what I understand, these spectacles are what you use to tell when the leaves have been pollinated when you're doing tree breeding. I've never had to use these before. How do I look with those on, actually? Oh, yeah, look at me. I'm pretty boss. Okay, let's take that back off. We'll put my helmet back on. Okay, back to first person view. There we go. Okay, so we got the spectacles done. Manually detect quest. Okay, so an industrial grafter. Now these I assume is just a rechargeable grafter. Okay, so power module. Do we have one of those yet? Yes, we have a power module, so let's craft one of those. Oh, we're gonna have to tell our system to stop crafting the cobblestone. Maybe. No, we're not lucky. Okay, how do I make one of these? Oh, there's a lot of stuff there. Okay, I'm gonna tell it to stop making the cobblestone once again so we can get some of this stuff done. Power module. Okay, so that is created. We need a grafter, which is bronze and 2 sticks. Very easy. Okay, so I think this is one of those things you create once and you never have to create again. Looks like it's rechargeable. What was the other pieces we needed? We need an alveary sieve. Alveary sieve. Uh-oh. Okay, so we need woven silk for that. We need 3 pieces of woven silk, which is going to be 27 silk wisp. And you get the silk wisp from Silky Propolis. Yeah, you get it from Silky Propolis at a 60% chance. And the Silky Propolis comes from the silk combs at an 80% chance. Okay, so silk comb, or silky comb. So we got about 2 stacks of these, a little over a stack and a half, really. We're going to need to make ourselves a centrifuge. Okay, so this is something I don't think we've made yet. Oh, no, we did make one of these already. Okay, so we have one of those. So we just need to come over here and put it down our temporary machine once again. So we'll put a centrifuge, come here, centrifuge right there. And we'll just start feeding in these combs. Let me do, where's my remote? Give me one of these. Okay, let's do an export bus. Right here, we'll set it to the silky comb. Okay, and I'll just put the rest of those back in the system, and those will just come through here and get auto-processed. Yeah, eventually I would like to have this hooked up so all the combs that come into our system go into a few centrifuges, as many as we need to automatically get processed into these things. The Silky Propolis will have to go back into our system. Let me go ahead and set a pattern for this. Okay, can I do an import bus from the side? I'm not sure. Import bus. Set one of those right here, and let's grab a cable. Yeah, I don't really know how much we're going to get into the bees. If we're going to need to set up one of these things. Yeah, okay, so that's doing it just fine. We'll do stacks at a time, so it moves them all. Okay, back there. Awesome. So now all of our silky combs are coming into the system. They're going to get done. And then when those are finished, we're going to send in the silky propolis. And then those will turn into our silk wisps for the woven silk. Okay, so while we're waiting on that, what about a sieve upgrade? So the sieve upgrade, oh, those also use silk wisps. Okay, so that's something we're going to have to just wait on. Okay, guys, tell you what, let me wait for our silky combs to get processed so we can get the silky propolis, turn those into the silk wisps, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so we have gone through all the silky combs. We're now doing the silky propolis, and we are collecting our silk wisps. So I think we should be okay, or at least mostly okay, to get this stuff done. So the sieve upgrade, we needed 1 bronze gear. So let's go ahead and craft one of those. That should be fine. And we'll do that. Okay, so there's our silk wisps upgrade frame, and we are done. So there's one of those. Now the alveary sieve required these woven silk, which has to be made on a carpenter. So let's grab another carpenter. Yep, we'll grab one of these guys. We're gonna need 27 silk. Good, we have more than enough. So we'll grab those real quick. Since we are pretty much done with that for the moment, I think, do I want to set it up here? Things are getting kind of messy. I keep using this as like my temporary setup. You know what, let's do it. I'm just gonna break this stuff. We are done right now. We set this up just to get those silk wisps for a moment. This will allow us to get the power and water into the carpenter, which we absolutely need. So let's do that. So we'll set the pattern right here. Okay, and let's just go ahead and give ourselves 27 of those things. Okay, so there's 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. Okay, so now that we got those done, we can come over here and craft our alveary sieve. Okay, I think it was 3 along the bottom, and then alveary block right here. Nice. Okay, so that fulfills this entire quest. And yeah, we're gonna get a reward bag, a heart, some banana pollen, hill cherry pollen, and then we can choose either 3 different types of pollen or a reward bag. I'm actually not sure if we should even take any of those other pollens. Let's see, the botany and biology, if we click here before we claim the reward. Okay, so we do have to breed bees, so we have to get these certain combs. Certus combs. Ooh, that sounds like Certus quartz, which means we can get applied energistic stuff. I think we're going to have to do that. Mellow comb, essence of shallow grave. Yeah, I think this is going to require a little bit of setup before we can get there. That'll give us some slimy saplings full of hearts, and yeah, okay, very good, very good. I expect this one's probably going to be a difficult quest. We'll have to look at that into the future. For now, I think we're just going to select the reward bag from this quest. Okay, so we got some pollen. We got 2 greater reward bags. Let's go ahead and pop those guys open. So we got white willow saplings. Awesome. Okay, so that'll help us out with the tree breeding. And this one, we get speed runes. Awesome. So that's a little bit more for our blood magic stuff. Very, very cool. Okay, so all of this stuff we can go ahead and put away for now. We don't need any of this stuff. Okay, good. Our inventory is clear. All right, guys, I think we've spent a lot of time today getting our bees and trees stuff completed. How far along are we? This thing says we are 80% complete with this path. That's awesome. Very, very good. Do we have any other quests that are available or that are completed? Oh, one quest over here. Let's do this one real quick. Claim the reward. We gotta get one more reward bag in before we end it. Epic. Okay, so colored bricks, not that great. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time.